Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Game Things. I'm your host for the week, Ming, and today we'll start off our episode by talking about the upcoming Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. So, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is set to be released sometime around December. If I recall correctly, it should be about December 6th, but my editor will correct me if I'm wrong. And yeah, they released effectively a 14-minute gameplay, and so far it looks pretty good. The game itself kind of reminds me of Skyrim in terms of the first person perspective, but the gameplay itself is majority stealth. You could go guns blazing and try and beat them straight up in combat, but like a lot of other games out there, you kind of don't want to do it because ammo is really hard to find. But yeah, overall, the game seems pretty good. There's a lot of mysteries to be found. There's a lot of side quests that can go to, a lot of puzzles to be solved, as you would expect from an Indiana Jones game. So yeah, if you just want something that feels like Tomb Raider or like Uncharted, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is a game that you definitely would want to pick up when it's available on December. Then the next title that we'll be talking about is Warframe 1999, which is set to be released sometime this December. The exact date we are not too sure yet at this point of time. So if you didn't know, Warframe 1999 is basically the prequel to the very popular online game Warframe. And yeah, it's basically a prequel. You see some of the older characters that you see in Warframe, and you basically get to know the story of how the Warframes came to be. In terms of the gameplay, it's not so much so like the actual Warframe, whereby you don't do cool space jumps and stuff like that. You still do some space tricks, some parkour tricks, I guess, but you don't do like insane space jumps. Your weapons aren't that high tech yet, and yeah, it's basically more olden and more, more not medieval, I guess, but yeah, just not so advanced. But the overall feel still kind of feels like Warframe. So if you really do enjoy Warframe, definitely check out Warframe 1999 when it's available sometime in December. Then next, we'll talk about Apex Legends. So Apex Legends just recently dropped their brand new update, and they basically reworked a bunch of support characters. And yeah, the entire incentive is to buff support characters as well as to let players that really miss the good old original cast of 8 characters to come back and play those 8 characters, because throughout this season there will be a lot of quests featuring these original 8 characters, and effectively you can earn rewards by doing those quests. And yeah, if you are a regular Apex player, you probably do not need me to tell you, but support classes are straight up broken right now. They buffed the heck out of Gibraltar, they buffed the heck out of Newcastle, and Lifeline, she got changed, but she's not that insane as compared to Gibraltar and Newcastle. But nonetheless, support characters right now are really strong, and you would be a fool to not abuse the heck out of it if you're playing Apex. Anyway, moving on from that, we're going to talk about Pokemon TCG Pocket, which was recently released. And currently, Pokemon TCG Pocket is reported to be earning triple the amount that Pokemon Go makes per day. Honestly, I would say this trend will not last for long, because the gameplay itself of Pokemon TCG Pocket is not exactly that fun. A lot of money that you spend on Pokemon TCG Pocket is to open new cards. But the thing is, if the cards don't really do that much, it's kind of pointless. And I would say after this craze kind of dies down, you know, people are will not be as willing as right now to spend the money to buy as many cards as they can at the launch of Pokemon TCG Pocket. So yeah, this I think is just a short-term boom, and after like a month or two, if there are no updates to keep people continuing to spend money, the craze will probably die down and Pokemon TCG Pocket will just go to another Pokemon title, and yeah, they won't be earning like crazy amounts of money. But time will tell, and I might be wrong. Maybe people really do love the gameplay. I personally just don't really enjoy the gameplay that much. But hey, to each their own. Now, the last major news that we have for this week is that Concord's developer, Firewalk Studios, is officially no more. Sony has permanently closed down the studio. Honestly, it's kind of sad, I would say, because let's face it, the developers definitely do not deserve to be sacked. But at the same time, well, they kind of just didn't really do a good job with the game. So yeah, but still, definitely do not deserve to be sacked. But hey, it is what it is. The gaming industry right now is really cutthroat, and yeah, it's really really tough out there. If you don't produce a good game, people will not buy it. And yeah, nowadays gamers are really 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 locked in. We only buy the good shit. We don't buy the mid shit or the bad shit. Okay, we do buy the mid shit sometimes, but we don't really buy the bad shit anymore. So yeah, that's how the industry is right now, and it is what it is. Now we'll talk about some games that you can get your hands on right now. Starting with Goat Simulator Remastered, available on PS5, Xbox Series S and X, and PC. Honestly, it's just Goat Simulator. Like, you can just get Goat Simulator 5, I think. There's really not much reason to get the remastered version. Like, they're basically more or less all the same, honestly. And yeah, Goat Simulator is always a good game for you to mess around and have a good time and just enjoy yourself. But yeah, I would say if you already own the previous Goat Simulator games, there's kind of no need to get this one. But hey, you might know better than me. Moving on from that, we have Slitherhead available on PS5, PS4, Xbox Series S and X, and PC. So Slitherhead is effectively a action RPG game, and the mechanic itself is pretty interesting. You play as a large variety of different characters because you, the player, can, take control of different characters that you find across the game. Yeah, you can effectively possess as many different characters as you like, but there are a couple few that are like your main characters, and they are called rarities. And these rarities, they come with different abilities, but in general, you can still take control of like a lot of the NPCs out there, and effectively use those NPCs as either like meat shields or as a small combat buff, I guess. If you just want to look for a game that is something different and a bit more unique, I would definitely advise to check out Slitherhead and, maybe try it out. Moving on from that, we have Mario and Luigi Brothership available on the Switch. So, we get another Mario and Luigi title, and this one is a bit like the old Mario and Luigi games. So yeah, effectively it's another RPG game, and it's more or less the same formula that we are used to right now, but that doesn't mean that it's a bad game because combat wise, the game has definitely improved even further as compared to before. There are more mechanics for you to mess with right now, and more combo attacks that you can pull off between Mario and Luigi. So effectively, if you basically like the Mario and Luigi RPG games, you'll definitely enjoy Mario and Luigi Brothership when it's and you can basically get it right now if you're interested. So yeah, with that in mind, we're gonna move on to our next segment, which is, well, free things. And this week, Epic Games Store is giving out Apex Legends. You can unlock Ash for free, as well as Deceive Inc. And for PS Plus subscribers, you guys are getting Hot Wheels Unleashed 2, Turbocharged, Ghostwire Tokyo, and Death Note Killer Within. So yeah, Death Note Killer Within currently is a pretty popular game, and I would actually suggest checking it out. It's kind of like Among Us, but at the same time kind of different. So yeah, it's a pretty cool game. You can check out some of the streamers playing it, and yeah, that's basically it for this week's episode. Once again, I was your host Ming. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and we'll see you guys next week on another episode of Game Things.